Hello, class. In Module 4, you will be asked to complete an assignment called Money Matters. It requires a couple of steps, so I wanted to walk you through how to access the assignment and how to complete it. Here we go. So when you log in, you're probably in your home page. We will go to Modules. You'll be in week 4 called Career Research Continued. When you go through the career research assignments, as you tap next, so in your first page, you will see career research and introduction. Make sure you look through those. Then understanding higher education. There are 2 videos and some writings that I need you to read. Make sure you watch both videos. Make sure you click on the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics and look at the website and do all the stuff I'm asking you to do in the page. Then when you go to the next page, you'll see this assignment called Money Matters. For this assignment, you're going to click on California Career Zone, which will take you to a different website. Once you do, you're gonna go ahead and click on Discover Possibilities, then Make Money Choices. Once you do that, you're going to scroll down and click on Budget how much money you will need. Now, if you forget the steps, if you go back to the assignment, all the steps are right here, okay? So going back to the game, you can either put your zip code or select Los Angeles. I strongly recommend Los Angeles as that's as close to Long Beach as it comes. Once you select that, it is going to ask you a series of questions on your lifestyle. For example, it's going to ask you things on housing, utilities, food, entertainment, clothing, transportation, and so on. I want you to answer these questions as though you're a living adult, as in you're living the life you want, not necessarily the situation you're currently in, okay? And if the situation you're currently in is exactly how you want to live for the rest of your life, then answer the questions as is. I just want you to be able to answer the questions true to yourself. So let's go through and I'm going to show you how I would answer these questions. So make money choices, housing costs. So it's asking me to pick a housing style. So do I want to live with my parents, rent an apartment, buy a place on my own, or own a place that's already paid for? Well, buy a place of my own would be my ideal situation. Then I'm going to press next. It's going to ask some utility questions. I do want a cell phone. I will have to pay for gas, water, and trash pickup because I own the place. I don't really watch regular television, so I'm going to ignore this cable television. I also don't care for a home phone, but I do really want a strong internet. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the internet. You may adjust these numbers if you know you pay less or more. Okay. Then you're going to press next. Next, it's going to ask you about your food choices. I personally cook a lot at home and I try to cook some fancy foods, so I'm going to go ahead and select option number 2. You may find some of the other options more aligned with how you live. Maybe you cook only at home, or maybe you eat out all the time. So whatever the case may be, go ahead and select that. Next, it's going to ask you about entertainment. I don't go out often. I usually watch TV or read a book. That's true now because we're in quarantine, but that's not always the truth. I do go to concerts and things like that, so I'm going to go ahead and select the second one. Then clothing, it's going to give you some options. I don't buy new clothes. That's not true. I buy new outfits every few months. That's not as true either. I need to buy work clothes, but don't really shop otherwise. Yeah, but more or less true. So I'm going to go ahead and select that option. Next, it's going to ask about transportation. So currently I lease my car. I plan on continuing to do that. I noticed none of the options are that. So I'm going to say I own a used car that's compact just because when I looked at the price, that seems the most accurate to what I pay for my lease. Then it's asking about health insurance. So obviously I work at Long Beach City College. So for me, I pay a partial for my health. Yours might be different. So go ahead and select whatever is the case for you. For education, for most of you now you're in the community college, you're not going to have a lot of loans, but it really depends on your specific situation. For me, I don't have any student student loans anymore because I've paid them off. So I'm going to go ahead and select that as truth, but you can select something else based on your current situation or the situation you wish to be in. Finally, it's going to ask you about savings. I like to save about 10% of my income for a rainy day. Some of you may be a little more better at saving, right? So you might want to select something like 25%. Some of you might not want to save at all, so that's 5%, right? So for me, 10 just feels right for right now. I'm going to go ahead and press next. So what you'll see in this game or this assignment or activity, however you want to see it, is that it's going to tell me how much I need monthly to be able to live the life that I just visualized for myself. So it's looking like I'm going to need minimum $4,449 to be able to live the lifestyle I wanted, which totals out to at least $53,000. Apologies for the noise, I got mail. But it means that I need about $53,000 to be able to live on an annual basis. So if you keep scrolling down, there's going to be some really cool features where you can see the total and all that stuff. For now, what I want you to do is take a look at the top. There's a print icon. What you're going to do is going to click on the print icon. Then you're going to save it into your documents. So if I was to do this assignment, I will call it Money Matters because that's the name of it. And I would save it on my desktop and save. Then what I want you to do is actually backtrack to the actual page or your report. So you just saved your report. Now what I want you to do is click on View Occupations. You may feel free to play around with this area. I'm going to ask you that you play with the industries because otherwise you're going to be bombarded with thousands. For example, for me, it gives me 546 jobs that give you about $50,000 a year. I don't want that. So I want you to click on an industry that you feel like is a good match for you. For me, education might be a good match, right? Public servant. Maybe hospitality, right? The most accurate one is education. So I'm going to click on that and then filter. You'll see that it dropped it to 30, which is way more realistic for me to go through, right? So I would look through and it says career technical education teacher, secondary school. Voila, that sounds exactly kind of what I'm doing right now, right? So you would click on that. You would see how much money on average, what I would do on a daily basis, explore some interests, work values, and then some more information for you on here. So I want you to make sure you do that, okay? So then you go back to the assignment. For you, you'll have the submit button up here. So I don't have it because I'm the instructor, right? Then it'll ask that you answered all the questions, save the document. Don't print it, just save it. I don't need you to print your document. Just download it and save it as a PDF. Then you're going to submit it on here, upload it as a PDF. You want to go back and do the stuff I was telling you with the occupational search, okay, by honing down on California and the specific industry. I do want you to identify 2 to 3 careers that resonated with you in the comments box. So how would you be doing this? So let's go to settings. I'm going to pretend to be a student. We're going to go to modules. Okay, I am going to go to module 4, click on Money Matters. See how submit assignment appears for you guys as a student? You're going to click on that. Then I'm going to find my document. I titled it Money Matters, so there it is. I'm going to open that up. It's right there as a PDF. In the comments, I'm going to type in the job that I thought was the most fitted for me, and I like the career technical education. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the comments career tech education, and it was for secondary school. And then you want to go back and search a couple more. So another one that could be really cool, right, in the education industry. Let's see if there's more. Back to my filter. So let's see. Ooh, that's like a principal. That could be really cool. What about this one? Counselor. Boom, it's what I do, right? So then I'm going to go ahead and go back and say counselor, right? I can include also the principal one. I thought that was kind of cool, right? So I could do that too. That all matched with what I wanted. And then you're going to go ahead and click submit assignment and it will submit it for you. Okay, so that, voila, I submitted my assignment. So that is how you're going to do this activity called Money Matters. The assignment is due on Friday. Always notice that I give you until 11:59 to submit any and all assignments, even though the assignment is due at 12:45 p.m. I always allow you to take the rest of the day in case you forgot something to submit it by 11:59 p.m. With that, I hope you enjoy this activity because it will really break down how much money you're going to need, not only on a monthly basis, but also on an annual basis, and then make sure that your job that you selected matches with the amount of money you need to survive or live the life that you want. I hope you liked the activity. Have a good one.